Caffeine is making you scared of life, and it's also keeping you addicted to corn and to other addictions. So let me explain myself with this controversial take that you probably never heard before. I quit caffeine so many times in my life, like maybe 10 or 15 times. And every time I got back to it, it was the same story. It was one day I wake up, I slept maybe 5 hours or something. I had to wake up early. Every time it was like that. And I realized I feel tired, and just 30 or 40 milligrams of caffeine could fix my day. And that's what I did. I take small dose of coffee or tea, and suddenly my day is fixed. And next day I got my addiction back, and I had to drink every day basically. But every time I quit it, I felt this peace in my mind. I felt more clearness in my head. I felt like I can make more risks. I didn't have this fear of life. I felt more fearless. I think that's the right word. And I think many of you guys have this problem where you are timid, you are scared to be bold. And quitting caffeine, every time I quit it, I felt this. So I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, I quit it again, and I said to myself, I know what mistake I made every time. I relapsed because of stupid thing, because I couldn't accept that I can have bad day, basically. So this is for anyone who's planning to quit. Don't relapse like this. If you have bad day, like bad sleep, just let it let it be. Don't try to fix it with stimulants. You're supposed to have like bad days sometimes. You're supposed to be tired sometimes. That's natural way of life. So why caffeine is so bad? I dig deep down into this topic, and I'm gonna give you main reasons. So first one, which is biggest reason why I quit 2 weeks ago, was because I realized how it's connected to CPTSD. If you don't know what is CPTSD, it's basically complex version of PTSD. So if you had some trauma in your life, something that happened which triggered PTSD, most of people that have it, it's from childhood. So if you had bad childhood, you had traumas, you probably have CPTSD. What I realized is that your brain doesn't differentiate the state of stress you were, like your nervous system when you were a kid and you were going through that PTSD trauma, is same like that stimulated caffeine state. It's basically fight and flight state. And if you are drugging yourself with this drug, basically substance drug, you are taking that PTSD form from your childhood and simulating it in your adulthood. It makes no sense to do this. If you want to grow in your life, you want to heal your trauma, why are you giving yourself new doses of that same feeling of PTSD? That's biggest reason why I decided to never take caffeine again. Next thing is impulsivity, which is big one for many of you guys who are trying to quit corn. I said in my videos before that quitting caffeine and quitting adult content at the same day is easiest way to quit it forever. That's how I did it first time 17 months ago, combined with also some other life choices which reduced my stress. So that drop in cortisol made it extremely easy to not watch adult content. Your brain, when you are stressed during your high cortisol levels, which is basically every day when you are drinking big amounts of caffeine, is turning off your prefrontal cortex, which is logical part of your brain. It's giving priority to your limbic brain, and your limbic brain only wants you to escape that stress. Like, what is opposite of stress? It's enjoyment. It's being like hedonistic enjoyment, basically cheap dopamine. And your brain will give you ideas, yeah, what is easiest way to get that dopamine, to get that to escape that stress. It's just to watch hub, and that's what you're gonna do in the end. If you are stressed every day, it makes it 50 or 60% harder to quit it. Next thing is your blood vessels in your brain. If you don't believe me, you can Google this. They get narrowed by 25%. People don't realize how damaging this is. Why would anyone want to narrow their blood vessels in their brain? I realized every time I quit caffeine that my verbal fluency, my memory, everything increased. I started talking more fluently with people. But it can also be because caffeine wrecks your deep sleep. Sleep is so important. Why would you reduce your deep sleep by 30%? Of course, you're gonna feel more tired. And of course, you're gonna have worse gains in the gym. You can't get this anabolic state to build muscle. You are gonna be in catabolic state most of the time. Cortisol is direct antagonist of testosterone. It's like you are trying to build muscle but taking pre-workouts. It's same like you are cleaning the windows and then spitting at them. You're never gonna clean the windows if you spit after every time you clean. If you want to stop being scared of life, if you want to build something tangible, take risks, become fearless, you need to quit this. Especially if you're a person with fucked up nervous system like me. So your nervous system is triggered and now you're pouring gasoline on that fire. How do you expect to grow, man? So I hope I convinced you to quit this poison. It's basically poison when you think about it. It's plant has caffeine to kill insects and it destroys their nervous system. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you want to join my community in Discord, the link is down in the description. See you next video.